Good morning. Good morning. Who's that online? Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. Except the L-sand. Bloody hell. First thing this morning, I go to empty my L-sand. The bloody L-sand's full. Well, it took me half an hour more up. Luckily, there's another L-sand. Morning, Claire. Oh, hi, Claire. Yeah, lucky. I'm heading up to Buckby Locks today. It's a lovely cruise, actually. This stretch of canals, absolutely lovely. But yeah, just pissed off that I can't empty the cassette. Yeah, I spent 20 minutes, half hour trying to moor up. I realised that I can't empty my bloody cassette. Well, lucky I've got spare cassettes. But you know, last time I came through here, the L-sand was broken at Braunston. There's one at Long Buckby, I think, an L-sand point. Yeah, I've just left Gayton Junction. The L-sand at Gayton Junction's full. The next one's the... Oh, hang on, I'm getting confused. This is oh yeah, Northampton. This is Gayton Junction. Yeah, that's full. No sign on anything. I just had to find out. Yeah, Wilson Marina. There's a Buckby Locks. I think there's an L-sand. I mean, it's not overly urgent. It's just I've got 4 cassettes, but you know, I just get a bit jacked off having to bloody well tell the CRT how to do their job every day. You know, Leighton Buzzard went to the rubbish point. There's rubbish bloody everywhere. I know they don't manage it, but they manage the company who's supposed to look after it. Jesus. You know, so, oh yeah, you have to tweet CRT to tell them how to do their fucking job. Bloody hell. First world problems. Anyway, it's a beautiful day, it's a beautiful morning. Bit chilly, but you know, this is England. I just saw your message, Claire. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. Morning, Benny. Fuzzy, engine's not sounding good. That's why I'm heading up to Calcutta to have the thing out. That putt you can hear is actually blow-by. Loss of compression in the first cylinder, and it probably means the second cylinder is not operational either. So I'm probably operating on 2 cylinders at the moment. Yeah, that's the reason I've cut my London trip short, so I can come up here and have the engine out. Yeah, which is why I'm heading up to Calcutta. So yeah, the whole boat shakes when you switch the engine on. I know most people do like the sound of it, especially when you're doing low revs, like that chug chug chug. But that's bad. So yeah, new engine for Christmas. Woohoo! So I'm really looking forward to spending a bit of time at the marina. It's been a real hard slog. You know, this past 6 months, you know, getting the boat livable and installing all the systems and, you know, like the electric lighting and the solar and, you know, the front deck and yeah, bring it back to life a little. You know, and I'm exhausted, absolutely exhausted. In fact, last night we watched oh, sun. There we go. Like my hat. New hat. Yeah, last night was the first time that I actually sat on the sofa and watched a bloody movie. Can you believe it? Oh, so nice. Watched a movie called Hot Fuzz. Have you seen Hot Fuzz? It's bloody awesome. It was on Netflix or Amazon, one of the two. Yeah, it's just nice to stop and do nothing. You know, and just enjoy the boat. Yeah, it's got that actor in it. I can't remember he was the head cop's, you know, the father, the head cop's name. He's been in a number of things. He was in, he played the husband in Iron Lady, the story about Margaret Thatcher. And he played the pimp in Moulin Rouge. Have you ever seen Moulin Rouge? Oh, love Moulin Rouge. One of the best Australian films ever out. Right, I'm gonna go back to here now. Yeah, Benny, you're not allowed to have horses on the canal anymore. Unless it's a special kind of a deal where you're like a historic boat or something, you're doing like a special, I don't know, special trip up and down the one length of the canal or something, but they don't allow horses on the canal anymore. Maybe I can get my cats, maybe I can train my cats to pull the boat. Stick a live bunny in front of them and they'll be right. beautiful spot back there in Blisworth. And the tunnel, did the tunnel yesterday obviously as well. First boat through. So yeah, hopefully, fuel crisis. Benny, what fuel crisis? I was joking with someone on Twitter, has a boat. I started using Twitter again, but it's really good for boaters. Most boaters that I know use Twitter. It's a lovely community of people. And he was scolding at the fact that he had an electric car. I was like, yeah, I'm feeling smug too, because the only vehicle that I own runs on red diesel. Well, for a start, red diesel's readily available across the entire canal network. And it usually costs about 50p a litre less than what retail diesel does. Ex-farmer. What kind of a farmer, Benny? My parents were farmers. Wheat and sheep. Until they had me. When they had me, they sold the farm and moved to a larger town. Dairy farmer. My hat goes off to dairy farmers. Or any farming, really. It's a hard existence. They say it's they joke it's the easy life, but it's far from bloody easy. My dad used to be up at 4 o'clock every morning to attend to something, And my grandfather before him as well had a farm, wheat and sheep as well, back in Australia. So this is the narrowboat life is the easy life, not farming. It is beautiful. I mean, the whole of England's beautiful. Except when the wind picks up, like now. It just blows my boat around. Even in this bloody thing, I was watching a yoga pot go up and down this stretch of canal yesterday. And it was just going all over the canal. Had no control whatsoever. And the wind was blowing. And it was just, being blown all over the canal. I'm like, yeah, I remember those days. It's worse than a yoga pot. Especially if you don't have any proper, rudder at the back. That's why I fitted one on the back of my outboard. So I had a bit more steering control. But this thing, it's like a big sail, especially with the solar panels mounted. They're just giant sails. So I tend to get blown about a bit. Yeah, I've heard the Lancaster is full of yoga pots. But in fact, the bloke that I bought this boat, my yoga pot off originally, he was from Lancaster. Hello. Hello. Poor sods. Always wave to I love waving to the trains. They're going at 120 miles an hour and I'm going at 2. Yeah, like my hat? Can't really see it. Very British. Got it in London. Got little dangly things as well. So Benny, yoga pots. Yeah, when I first bought my yoga pot, I actually set up a Facebook group called the Yoga Pots. Because I didn't know anything about boating, like limited amount of stuff. My parents had a yacht back in Australia, but it was a yacht. It was like a sailboat, but yeah, didn't know how to renovate, didn't know anything pretty much. So I noticed there was no specific groups on Facebook that catered for just cruisers. So I created one called the Yoga Pots. I'm still a member, but I'm not admin anymore. I just got over it. I've got a narrowboat now. What the hell do I need a group like that for? But I'm still the founder of that group. It's still going strong. It's got like 1,800 members now. I know there's a couple of other groups that have appeared, but mine's the original. Mine's the original group on Facebook, catering to cruiser owners. So there you go. I love this game. Hello, whoever you are. Ski boat at Windermere. Good heavens. Yeah, in fact I saw a yoga pot down here in the Grand Union, which had a 60 horsepower. It was 23 foot long, and it had a bloody 60 horsepower EFI Honda outboard on the back. 60 horsepower? What does he want to do? Ski along the canal? Bloody hell! And that would have cost more than the boat. They're mega bucks to buy, like 5-6 grand. Bloody hell, probably more. Yeah, I don't want to really get into conspiracy theories about Facebook or any other thing for that matter. You know, like some guy got on my channel the other day and told me that, you know, Starlink doesn't think I should get Starlink because he doesn't like Elon Musk. I'm like, I don't give a shit whether you like Elon Musk or not. If he provides a service, I'll use it. It's like saying, oh, I don't like Google. I don't like Google selling my data or my personal information. Well, I couldn't give a stuff. I've got like 4 Google accounts and I use it for all my live streams and YouTube and everything. So if I don't like Google, it's like saying, oh, I'm not going to use Google. Well, you know. Oh, hey, Mark. I love this game. I think, you know what? I mean, a lot of people just buy an airboat, don't they? They've got assets to sell. You know, that's what Foxes did. They sold their businesses and they sold their house and all that kind of stuff, and they got plenty of money to spend in a boat. But I think to fully appreciate life on an airboat, you need to start in a GRP. That's just my personal opinion. You know, I've spent 2 years on a boat with no creature comforts at all. Oh, except stove. That was about it. I didn't even have a real bed for the first year and a half. Oh, that bloody sun's right in the... Let's do this. Better. Let's see where I'm going. Hi, narrowboat potteries. Yeah, I think that's where I got my following mainly. Was I started off rough, you know, roughing it in the, you know, the little floating camper, the floating bathtub. Yeah, it was hard going, wasn't it? It really was. Breakdowns, and yeah, I will never, ever, ever, ever have an outboard again. Except maybe on a little. I was thinking about getting a tender and getting one of the little electric outboards or something. That'd be fun. Because there's so many like little branches off the canal that you can't take a regular boat, right? So I'm like, that'd be awesome. Get a little canoe or dinghy or something and take it up all the little like creeks and branches off the canal where you can't take a regular boat. Yeah, it'd be awesome. Yachts. Yeah, I like yachts. I didn't when I was a kid. I hated them. My parents had one, and I used to hate it. We used to take it out every weekend, and I would get so nervous and scared because the boat would list. That's what yachts do when they sail, right? They list like that. I thought I was going to fall overboard, or the boat was going to fall over, or whatever, you know. But you know, I got to remember there's a huge cast iron keel on the bottom of it. So yeah, a friend of mine actually, won't mention who, also plans on retiring in a few years. Wants to come over here and buy a narrowboat. But he also, he was going to originally go to Hawaii and buy a big house in Hawaii on the Big Island. I've talked about that. I said, buy a yacht instead. So that's the plan. I think he's going to plan on buying something like a Hatteras yacht, 200 foot long, and cruise the Great Loop in America. Yeah, I think we've got to do a course or something to do that, to operate that boat. Because like seeing some of the pictures on some of those boats that he's been showing me. My God, the engine room was as, you know, some of these engine rooms have twin diesels, and the diesel engine's like the size of my bloody yogurt pot. Huge, absolutely huge. You know, 3 staterooms and desal plant, so you can, you know, you got endless supply of water and huge big tanks of, it's just incredible, absolutely incredible. So that's the only yogurt pot I'm going to go back to. Gin Palace, I think they're called. Oh, bloody sun. I'm going to love the sun, but Jesus. Good morning, Tyler. Good morning from, well, hello to you in Ontario. Yeah, I mean, you know, I wasn't going to do a live stream this morning. I was just like spontaneous, spur of the moment. You know what I'm like. Yeah, I thought actually, Mark, I was thinking about doing a Q&A live stream. You know, like Foxes Afloat do, and various other channels. You know, like a Q&A. But rather than just like do a sit-down Q&A, like most people, other people do, I can do like I could do this. people ask me questions as I'm cruising, you know. But obviously it's a lot more, it's easy to do when you're sitting down and you got, well, do it for longer I suppose, I don't know. I like this though, it's a bit more fun, and I'm not, you know, the reason that a lot of people, narrowboaters, don't share the location is for security. Well, I'm not really overly worried about that. Duncan, my partner, he's living on board full time and working full time from the boat. So even if I go for a walk somewhere or, you know, travel somewhere else, he'll be here on the boat looking after the boat. So I'm really not worried about security as much as I used to be. As a solo boater though, definitely. And I'm also in an old boat. You know, it's not a shiny new, it's not like Silver Fox. So, you know, I couldn't care less if someone comes and spray paints the bloody hull. I'll just paint over it, you know? In fact, I had actually thought, get this, I actually thought about engaging some high school students, college students, and getting them to come and do like a spray paint job on my narrowboat. You know, do graffiti artwork, like Aussie boater in, you know, red, white, and blue or something like that. You know. Might do, might not yet. I'm tempted just to keep it the way it was, and even keeping the original sign, elementary signs, you know, as a sort of an antique feature, paint the rest of the boat and then just leave the elementary number 5, elementary by D. Watson, leave it as kind of an antique feature and just like gloss over it, just to kind of protect it, and then paint the rest of the boat. That's next year anyway. Out of the water. It's come out of the water for blacking anyway, so that's where I do everything. I'm gonna get the survey done, find out any problems with the hull, which I don't think there are. I don't think there's many. Black it, paint it, weld it, whatever I need to do with it. You know, stick it on a hard standing for a month and get other things sorted, you know. Banksy, yes, that's right. Well, Banksy's famous, isn't he? I'd really like to get someone who's not so famous, you know, but like a college student doing like the artwork for their leaving certificate or something. I mean, I did sculpture for my leaving certificate. I did wood sculpture, so you know, maybe give an opportunity to someone else. Pom-poms, that's what they're called, isn't it? Thanks, Bill. Pom-poms. It's a lovely time of year. I love autumn, I really do. Right, Benny, yeah, I've got to do a couple extra vlogs to show people what I've done. I've updated the bedroom situation. God, talk about trial and error, but I now have a decent mattress to sleep on. I got rid of the memory foam, bloody awful stuff. It's great for one person, but not when you stick another person on it. So we've now got, I'll show you, I'll do a vlog later. Yeah, the interior needs way more work done. There's so much more to do. Basically, the kitchen and the bathroom need updating. So I don't even know where to start. I really don't. I just feel as I'm going to open a can of worms when I start pulling things apart. The settee is the first thing to go. I've been looking at that a lot. Ripping all that out. It's got good storage underneath it, but it just takes up so much space. And it's not really that practical. You can't put heavy items on it. You know, it's got one of those poles. I mean, the whole thing was designed so you could break it down and turn it into a small double, but I don't need that anymore. I've got a futon mattress, which is a double, and I've got my king size bed at the back now. But yeah, that's going to cost a lot of money and require a lot of patience doing the galley in the bathroom. I dare say I'll need to be in a marina for the best part of that, because I'll need access, especially to the bathroom, I'll need access to showers and things like that, you know. So I think I'm just gonna, yeah, settee first. But it's good the way at the moment, because I can, like you've seen, I did a walkthrough before, I don't know if you saw that. I can add things and I can break things, and it doesn't really matter. The kitchen's so old that I can drill holes in it, cut it, do whatever I like, just to explore the options of what I want to do in the new galley. Wear a purple ribbon. Well, if I can find a purple ribbon, I'll wear it, but the only thing purple on my boat is some afterthought curtains, which I've installed next to the hatch. That's the only purple that I own, unfortunately. But if I see a purple ribbon that's for sale somewhere, yeah, I'll buy it. I support I support charities on occasion. Morning healing vibrations. What canals are you looking forward to in the future cruising? Crikey. So, the plan is to, so I'm going to Wigram's Turn now for a couple of months, and then up to Calcutta to have the engine done. So that's December. The issue that we've got over here is winter's generally a time when the CRT do all their planned maintenance. So I'd really like to go down to Oxford, but of course once I get down to the bottom of the Oxford itself, there's really nowhere to go. Everyone advises against doing the Thames. In winter because of flooding and all the rest of it. So, and then there's closures on the Oxford as well from like the 10th of January. So I could get down there, but I want to be able to get stuck then. And I do like winter cruising. So I've decided to head to Birmingham instead for the winter. Oh, hi Aoife. Yeah, Birmingham for the winter, and then because I'll be around Midlands and I've got a choice then, I'd really like to go back down south again. I really would. I've hardly explored the south. I've only just been there, you know. I've just been there for hardly any time at all. So we'll see. I'd like to go, but I would like to go to Wales. Wales is definitely on the cards, but we'll see. Maybe next September, when Charlie's about to book his flight again for next year. So, bloody trees falling down, hasn't it? Right across the canal. Ooh, firewood. Yeah, so Birmingham for the winter, and then we'll decide. I think probably, maybe go down. Go down to Oxford. We'll see when I get there. But I'd really like to explore the south again. So yeah, the Oxford Canal, the Thames, and I'll have a new engine by then too. It'll be awesome. This is so classic. I'd love to buy that. It's a old warehouse or part of the Industrial Revolution. This has been left to rot away. Wouldn't that be amazing? Wouldn't that be an amazing place to like a hotel or something? Awesome. Or restaurant. Morning. Lovely day. Yeah, the problem with canal side properties, the old derelict ones, is they're usually heritage listed, meaning that any repairs or alterations you want to do, you see what I mean about the vibration? At certain frequencies of the engine, it starts to vibrate more than, but yeah, that'll be hopefully resolved when I get the new engine. But yeah, canal side properties. There's one for sale at Stoke Bruin. The one I stayed in, canal side cottage at Stoke Bruin. But yeah, £250,000 it's going to cost you. It's been for sale for a year. But yeah, problem with buying those is you've got to do the repairs or alterations in the same style, same materials, that sort of thing. It can be very, very costly. Got to concentrate where I'm going. Oh yeah, Benny, Peak Forest. I've been to Peak Forest. That was the first, well, not really the first canal I went on, but I was on when I first started cruising in my little yogurt pot. I was in Manchester on the Bridgewater Canal. And I cruised up the Ashton Canal to go onto the Peak Forest Canal. So I've been to Peak Forest. It's beautiful up there, absolutely stunning. I would like to go back because I've got obviously friends in Manchester because that's where we lived for 3 years. But yeah, it's lovely. The Mac, Peak Forest Canal, bloody beautiful. But I want to go and explore, you know, I've been on this canal like 5 times. I want to go somewhere different. But the Peak District itself is absolutely out of this world. Love the Peak District. There's lots of places around Britain that aren't on the canals that I've been to that are just amazing. Like Windermere, for example. Windermere itself, went there for Christmas one year. Oh, yeah, love it. Lake District, such a beautiful spot. Hey Paul. I know, Simon, I keep changing my mind. Oh, look at those lovely hires. Oh, that sun. God damn it. I'll go back to this view, that's better. Yeah, I'd love to go to York as well. I've been to York. Absolutely love York. But yeah, I don't know if my boat will get up there. still a bit unsure about where I can actually take my boat due to its length, you know? Yeah, well, I would like to do Wales. Like I said, Charlie's booked about to book his flight back to the United Kingdom for next year, next September. And I think, September would be a really good time, I think, to go up the Llangollen. Yeah, I'm trying to understand, Sophie, I promised someone related to a country Mayo footy player that I could get an Aussie commiserations to the Mayo team. I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't watch football, I don't watch sport, full stop. So I have no idea what you're talking about. I really don't. I don't watch soccer. Sorry to say that, you guys call it football. We call it soccer. I don't watch, the only sport that I've ever watched that I really enjoyed was AFL, Aussie rules. But other than that, I don't watch any other kind of sport. Oh, except maybe Olympic sport. Like, I've watched Tom Daley dive in the Tokyo Olympics. But that's about it. So any references to sport, I have no idea what you're talking about. Mayo, I don't know who that is or what that is. Mayo? Mayonnaise? That's the only thing I know Mayo for. Yeah, I don't believe in all that mumbo jumbo stuff either, sorry. If a football team loses that many games, yeah, I just put that out of bad luck. You know, or bad management. So yeah, apart from that, I can't really comment about that because I don't watch it. So you know, I'm not going to comment something I don't believe in or know anything about. You know. Lots of high boats out this time. I've seen loads of them. All making up for the fact that we haven't had a holiday this summer. The Ellesmere Arm. Yeah, if I do go up that way, I'll probably. That's like, yeah, I'm heading back up north then, and I really want to kind of head back down south. I've got friends in London that I still haven't caught up with, you know, I haven't been through London yet, haven't been on the Thames. You know, I'd really like to do that. It's just, I would have done it if I had a better engine, but I've just got to cut that short. And get this engine sorted. That's who you were. Time to unwind. There are high boaters back there. Hello, high boaters. I hope you're enjoying your holiday. Everyone's really friendly with the canal at the moment. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like post-pandemic something, I don't know. But especially hire boaters. I have met some absolutely delightful hire boaters of late. We came up with one, where were we? Oh yeah, Stoke Bruin, that's right. The likes of Stoke Bruin. We had a hire boat come up with us. A lovely couple. Irish welcome. Ooh, Irish welcome. Another place I've been yet is bloody Ireland. It is such a small country, but when you've not been here before, so much to see. Right. Oh, hi, Beck and Nick. So I just get confused, see, because I just had some hire boaters wave me. I thought that would have been you guys. Sorry, Beck and Nick, but yeah. Simon, how old am I? Have a guess. No, 34. I whiz. A bit older than that. I am only a few years off 50. Although everyone says you don't look 47. And I'm like, yeah, no, Mr. Gravity's been very kind to me. I am a permanent resident now. Sophie, Aoife, sorry, I forgot, I keep pronouncing your name wrong. Being Australian, you will need a visa to enter Mexico permanent residence. Yeah, I don't need visas anymore. I'm a permanent resident of the United Kingdom now, so I don't need a visa. I can travel freely. In fact, yeah, I hate this. Thanks to Brexit, right, okay, so we weren't actually able to vote in the referendum. We arrived just after the registration cut-off to vote in the referendum. Not that it would have made any bloody difference anyway, because you all voted to leave the European Union. But, so freedom of movement's gone. Why do you think we're having so many shortages of labour now? But yeah, you're gonna hate this. I can actually travel on my Australian passport all throughout Europe without restriction and without time limits. I can go from the UK to France to Germany to Italy and travel all year round through Europe on an Australian passport without having to return to the UK. I don't have my UK passport yet, but that's next year when we get citizenship. But when we do, yeah, it's actually, the Australian passport actually has more clout in Europe than the British passport does now. Can you believe it? Hi, Graham. Well, hopefully Beck and Nick, they've cleaned out the L sand, because that's where I just stopped off. It took me 20 minutes to moor up to realise the L sand's full. Yeah, lucky I've got 3 spare cassettes, so I'm okay. It's no big drama. Why the hell would I want to drive a lorry? My God, because my fellow's still got his car, right? So we had to drive up to Manchester a couple of occasions. We had to get our biometrics done. That's right, for our new visa. I really don't miss being in a motor car. I really don't. Hate it. Absolutely hate it. Yeah. So this stuff, and I'm retired anyway. What the hell do I want to go back to work for? Oh, bloody wind. Yes, the K&A. I would love to go to Bath and Bristol. Apparently the mooring situation is not that great down there, but who knows? I don't know. I'll double berth if I have to. Who cares? You know, I mean, it's great getting like advice from other boaters, but until you actually do it yourself, how the hell do you know? But yeah, Kent and Avon, I'd love to go on the Kent and Avon. Yeah, I've been to Bath. Oh, yeah, wow. Yeah, I love Bath. Roman Bars was just incredible. And the new one, the Therme bathhouse, or whatever it's called. Oh yeah, just sitting there in that hot tub all day. Rooftop pool they had, it was absolutely out of this world. Alcohol, get us zero? What's the fun in that? Get us zero. Zero alcohol. I've never heard such rot. Yeah, no, I do. I love ale. That's one thing that you kind of get over here, you don't get back in Australia, is ale. You can drink ale all year round. Love ale. Yeah, lager. I do love lager as well, but it's really, you know, those days back in Australia when you'd like be out in the garden or you'd be doing something, hard work, hard labour, and then you come inside and the first thing I would do is scull a can of beer. Oh, lovely hot day followed by a icy cold lager. Love that. But over here, a couple of the hot days and stuff I've had would have been really nice, but yeah. It's not really the weather for lager, in my opinion. But ale, love it. Ale and rum. Rum's my spirit of choice. Spiced rum. Kraken's my all-time favourite, but most of the time I just get Captain Morgan, you know? Go back to that now. Maybe. Do I know Kylie? No, I don't know Kylie. I'm assuming you're referring to Kylie Minogue. Because I heard on the news this morning, she's left the UK and gone back to Australia. I have been to a Kylie concert though. What was that? Aphrodite, I think. I can't remember now. Went with my best mate back in Oz. Yeah, went to a Kylie concert together. I think it was my only concert I've ever been to, I think, you know? My God, get us for the whiskey chaser. I'd be shit-faced. Yeah, like, seriously. I'm a two-pot screamer these days, I really am. Yeah, 1 pint, I'm anybody's. 2 pints, I'm everybody's. And 3 pints, I'm bloody nobody's. I'm just right off after 3 pints, seriously. Yeah, I can't handle my alcohol like I used to. But I can handle rum. Just not too much of it, you know? Oh, lovely. I have no idea where I am. I'm just going. Yeah, good old engine. Hey look, it's a diesel. It goes and it goes and it goes until it dies. It's better than a petrol engine, let me tell you. I've had 3 petrol engines now. Awful bloody things. At least with the diesel, it's all mechanical. I've just got to learn how all the parts work and fit together and all that kind of stuff. But it's just there. You know, I can take all the boards out. The engine's right there. I can access pretty easily most things. Some things are an absolute pain. But, yeah, so much easier. And it will be even easier once I get the new one in as well, new engine. Probably won't even hear it. Yes, hospital silencer. I have heard about those. Well, let's just see if they get the new engine in first, eh? Because I think that will quieten the engine, the sound down considerably. We may consider getting a hospital silencer after that. Don't know. They're not the cheapest things in the world, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, like I said, I might not need it. Just want to get the new engine in first. Yeah, do you know what though? I mean, yes, I would love to. We get cheap flights actually to Ireland, but oh, thank you, Aoife. That's the thing about Europe though, isn't it? I was showing Charlie the other day that, you know, I could get £12, I can get a return ticket to bloody anywhere in Europe. 12 quid. In this country though, it's so expensive. I mean, that's part of the reason I got a boat. You know, you go for a weekend away and it puts a hole in 500 quid. It's so expensive. It's a bloody rip-off. You know, trains. Forget trying to travel on a train. I love hearing the adverts on the radio at the moment, you know, saying, oh, you know, trains reconnect us. Yeah, when you've got a bank account to support using the trains, it's so expensive. When I was working, it used to cost me £24 a week just to travel one stop. So yeah, in the end, I ended up cycling to work. Well, you have to, by the time I actually get to the station, wait for the train, the trains were always late. This was back in the days when Northern had the franchise for Northern Rail, for Manchester and stuff. They're gone now, they've been replaced by somebody else. No surprise, because they were absolutely bloody awful. But yeah, £24 a week to travel one stop. So I started cycling to work. And I get there quicker. Take me half an hour, cycle door to door. Nice hot shower at the end of it. It's an absolute rip-off travel in this country, and so is accommodation. Accommodation's so expensive. I'm like, well, I want to see England. I want to see England at the expense of my bank account. You know, 500 quid just to go away, 400 quid here. It's £1,000 it cost us to go to Bath. Admittedly, that was for a long weekend, but even still, bloody hell. That's why I got the boat. I'm like, I want to see England. But no, it's going to cost me £500 every time I go away. And as it happens, this is the best way to see England. It really is. I've been to places that people haven't even thought about going. That I'd never even consider going. In a car, like Colden Canal, for example. Never knew it existed until I got there by canal. So that's what I mean. It's the best way to see England. It's the cheapest way to see England. So I can just take my home with me. I do love that view. View out the back. Alright, back to the countryside. Yes, I know of Anna Marie. I've not met the girls from Narrowboat Experience. I don't tend to watch a lot of other canal vloggers unless they do something really interesting, mostly DIY. You know, like they did the vlogs about their diesel stove and things like that, you know? So I love watching stuff like that. But I don't generally watch cruising vlogs because I'm doing it myself. I support Foxes Afloat. They're the only canal vlogger that I support. I'm a patron of Foxes, only because they're friends of the family, and when I say family, you know, the gay family. And they're very entertaining, and they're absolutely bloody brilliant at what they do. Absolutely brilliant. Like their editing and their music and their the whole production is absolutely out of this world. So I give them a few quid each month. I'd love to meet them one day, I really would. Morning. Yeah, it's that thing. I don't really keep up to date with there's so many boat vloggers out there now, you know? I don't tend to keep up to date with who's who and who's doing what and all the rest of it. I'm quite selective when it comes to watching channels. Like I said, like if it's something really worth watching, I'll watch it. Like Wellneck Diaries, for example, you know, did their what about their you know, hot water heater and all that kind of stuff, you know, like I'll watch it if it's an interesting topic, if I'm going to learn something. But if it's just, oh, today we did this lock and we're going cruisy again and all, forget it. Boring. Yeah, I'm doing it myself. I don't need to watch other people do locks. It's very funny. You can always tell when Duncan's moving about the boat because the boat starts to rock. Well, it was a nice day. Typical bloody English weather. 4 seasons in a day, that's what you get over here. Yep, here comes the wind again, and the clouds. Stay! Oh my god, are you serious? There's another narrowboat with an outboard. My god. Yeah, I bet Ireland's worse. Because you're right on the coast, you're an island right on the Atlantic, aren't you? But I bet it's beautiful though. I love it all. In fact, I have thought about pulling this boat out of the water and taking it up to the Union Canal in Scotland. But it might be easier if you just hire a boat. In fact, I remember watching, who was it, Tim and Prue. Timothy West and Prunella Scales. They hired a big cruiser and did the Caledonian Canal. That'd be awesome. Love to do that. Oh, I can imagine. Still, I mean, I love storms. I really do. It's one thing I miss about being in mainland England is the lack of storms. I used to love them in Australia. Hot tropical storms. I used to love it. Electrical storms. Hello. Hello trains. Hello people. Add sawdust to oil. Oh my God, that sounds dangerous. Where's the sun gone? Oh. At least I know that when I'm finished cruising, I can go back down inside into a lovely toasty warm boat and have a hot shower. And I can stand fully upright. That's the other thing that I miss about the yoga pot. I was like this. Every time I get in my cruiser, I'm like this. Awful on my back. Yeah. Simon, what's for breakfast? Breakfast? I had that hours ago. We mean second breakfast, you know. Yeah, I wake up at, usually wake up at between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. Yeah, and then have coffee and breakfast, and then I go back to sleep. Like I did today, I went coffee and breakfast, and then I was listening to the radio, and I'm like, yeah, I just feel like just crashing out in the lounge again, you know? And then wake up and cruise. That's what I normally do. That's one of my sort of routine. It depends. Then I'll stop about 11:30, have lunch, and then have a siesta. I only get 6 hours sleep a night. Kangaroo, oh, love kangaroo. You gotta cook it just right though. You gotta cook it rare. Yeah, anything over rare and it's, oh, sorry about that. Yeah, anything over rare and it becomes tough and inedible as far as I'm concerned. Typical Aussie breakfast. There isn't really a typical Aussie breakfast, really. I'm trying to rack my brain. Wheat bix. Or what do you call them over here? Weetabix. Same shit, different brand. Yeah. Yeah, Skippy. Actually, that's what I was thinking about renaming my boat. Skippy. Get a graffiti artist to do some sort of giant flying kangaroo or I don't know, something like that in British colours, in the colours or pattern of the British flag or something. I don't know. Skippy. The bush kangaroo. Skippy, Skippy. One second. Yeah, I'm sure you invented a lot of things. I mean, this is where time started, isn't it? The UK. This is Greenwich Mean Time. It's the start of time. You know, this is where all the history started. Remember, you know, Great Britain used to own 70% of the world or something. You know, all the Commonwealth countries and stuff. You know. You did invent Australia. Well, actually, no, you didn't invent Australia. Australia was already there, remember? And it was populated by the Aborigines. So, to be factual, the Aborigines were the first occupants of Australia, not the British. So, no, you didn't. Well, you invented the modern Australia, not the historic Australia. That's when the British invasion of Australia happened, didn't it? That's when the British invasion of Australia happened, didn't it? Hello. Oh, lovely. It's starting to rain. Typical. Do I like zucchini? That's an odd question. I don't have it for breakfast. Yeah, in fact, we were talking about all the foods that we miss from back in Australia. And I miss chicken parmigiana. So that's basically chicken schnitzel, topped with tomato sauce, like bolognese, almost like bolognese sauce. And aubergine, eggplant, I call it eggplant, and topped with cheese. Oh, yeah. Chicken parmigiana, I miss those. And Tim Tams. It's Tim Tams. Don't tell me penguins are the same, because they're bloody not. It's the closest thing I can get to Tim Tams, but they're not the same. Traditional Irish breakfast. I can cook a full English breakfast. I love black pudding. I have tried haggis once. Yeah, Ulster fry, I think you call it in Ireland, don't you? We had to learn that for the bloody Life in the UK test. Ulster fry. It's essentially an English breakfast with something else added. I can't remember what. I can't remember what the ingredients are now. Ulster fry. That's where the English breakfast came from, isn't it? Got a little so CRT are doing some work. Nice to see they're putting our license money to good causes. Yeah, just take up half the canal. It's okay, guys. You know, it's completely fine. Hey, John. Oh, thank you, Aoife. Flattery will get you everywhere. Morning, gents. At work, I see. So I had to say that. So they're both sitting there on their phones. Doing lots and lots of hard work. Yes, we love it. The 100 girlfriends. Oh dear. Yeah, hardly working by the looks of those two. Just, you know, catching up on their Facebook messages, I'm sure, you know. Okay. Yeah, John. Yeah, the cruise is gone, babe. The cruise is gone. It's I sold it to a homeless guy. He was in a bad way. He basically had a marriage breakdown and lost the house. You know, Mrs. took everything and was living in hotels and living in his car and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, plumber as well. I did ask him to kind of help me fix a couple of things on the boat, but he hasn't got a clue about marine applications. He just does house stuff. But it's been over 6 months now, and he still owes me money for the boat. 700 quid. He has been paying it off. I did say to him, look, you know, get yourself sorted first, you know, and then pay me back. but I would hope that he would pay me back within a year. Because last time I spoke to him, he's like, oh yeah, now I'm on benefit and my health's not great, and you know, excuse after excuse. You know, any reason not to pay me the full amount of money he owes me for the boat. It's moored up near Mercia somewhere, Treasure Mersey somewhere. A few people have seen it. But you got to give people a break from time to time, haven't you? You know, I just really just want to try and get back some of the money I paid for that new outboard engine that I bought. You know, it cost you £2,400. So I sold the boat for £2,000 to this guy. I think he's got good intentions, but now I think he's kind of playing it a bit. He's paid £1,300 off that £2,000 debt. So I don't want to push it, you know, I'm a bit, I'll never do it again, you know. What's a bogan? Oh, bloody wind. Oh, damn it. This poor engine struggles in wind. I hate cruising in wind. So we just arrived at Bugbrook. I remember because we stopped here on the way down. Because on the side of my boat it's got Bugbrook. That's the Bugbrook Marina just there, yeah, that's right. Oh, what lovely weather. Wind's picked up, started to rain. What's a bogan? Hard to explain. It's like chavs, I suppose. We call people who live out in the western suburbs bogans. Actually, if you watch the sitcom Kath and Kim, then you'll get an understanding of what a bogan is. They're kind of like, I'd hate to say it, lower class or something. Yeah, Kath and Kim's good send-up of what a bogan is, I think. Morning. Oh yeah, the wharf, yeah. Bugbrook. Oh yeah, it's beautiful through here. I remember coming down. It's absolutely beautiful. Woolly Barb. Bug Brook, where this boat was built. The hull was built in Sheffield to Jonathan Wilson's shell. Maybe fitted out here, but it was the shell of the boat was built in Sheffield, which made me unbelievably happy when I first found out. Sheffield steel. My mum used to own Sheffield knives. Yeah, Sheffield steel, best in the world. Best in the world. So I was absolutely thrilled when I heard that my boat was made in Sheffield. Best of British steel. Yes, I ate Skippy the bush kangaroo. Love kangaroo. You can buy it over here. How gorgeous is that? Yeah, there's actually there's actually a company over here in the UK called Game Meat, and you can buy all kinds of meats, including things like squirrel, which I heard on a Jamie Oliver program once. He's squirrel. I love squirrels. Never thought about eating them, but you know, apparently they taste quite good. But yeah, kangaroo, love kangaroo. And crocodile, I've had crocodile as well. What else have I had? Lots of stuff. Crocodile, kangaroo. Oh, right. Yeah, I mean to ask you, Claire, actually. So it's fitted out here, built in Sheffield and fitted out at Bug Brook. Awesome. Yeah, I knew you bought it at Wilson because I've still got the original sales brochure, which is what Lizzie's and Manna showed me. Lizzie and Manna, so Lizzie is the daughter of Claire, who's on the channel at the moment, who owned the boat. So I bought the boat off Lizzie and Manna, Liz and Manna. It's kind of like a family-owned boat, I guess. Koala? No, Barb, I haven't eaten koala. Yet. Why? Why would you get nicked for selling kangaroo steaks? Seriously. Oh, looks like I got a hire boat hot on my tails. Not speeding up for hire boaters. I'm not doing anything if I mean, they're lovely people. I really love hire boaters. In fact, they're most of the hire boaters I've ever met are really lovely people, but yeah, I don't slow down or speed up for anyone anymore. It's like, yeah. If you want to speed, you picked the wrong holiday. If only. Wish I was permanently stoned. Now I've got to... Well, you know, as a farmer in Australia, you know kangaroos are pests, right? They breed like rabbits and they cause havoc on a farm. They can cause havoc. Their hind legs are so powerful they can actually knock over a fence post. They're huge. Have you seen a big male? They're massive. They're like 8 foot tall. Huge bloody things. So I don't care about eating skippy. I just love it for the texture and the flavour. Providing it's cooked rare. Anything over rare, forget it. So yeah, that's a lovely, beautiful strip. Beautiful strip of canal just here. Wow, 18 people online. That's a record, isn't it? I think I got 20 yesterday. But you know what? It doesn't bother me. It's the same with subscribers. I mean, every vlogger will tell you, oh, you get more subscribers, get more subscribers. Well, yeah, I don't monetize my channel. I don't make anything out of it. I couldn't care less. It's a nice thing to see. It's, you know, gives you that warm, fuzzy feeling and stuff, but bloody wind. It's blowing me sideways now. Just kind of steer into the wind a bit. Oh, it's getting a bit chilly. Where's the sun gone? Seriously, beautiful when I started out, and now it's bloody shit. Give me a home amongst the gum trees with lots of plum trees. A sheep or two and a kangaroo, a close out the back, veranda out the front, and an old rocking chair. Oh, going at a cracking pace now. We're going 2 miles an hour. Vegemite or Marmite, neither. Can't stand the stuff. Can't stand it. fact, when I first started working in the UK, one of my colleagues gave me a cup of Bovril. Oh, as a drink. Bovril as a drink. And yet in mine, well, it's like drinking. It's just like drinking gravy. Awful. Peanut butter smooth or crunchy, definitely crunchy, but I buy the organic stuff. You know, stuff with actual nuts in it and not bloody oil. Yeah. I've got a bloody song in my head now. Give me a home among the gum trees with lots of plum trees. I still play it, you know, I still play the old songs, you know, for just a taste of home, you know. Down Under, Men at Work is still my favourite Aussie song though. It came out in 1980, so 83 or 86, I can't remember. I think it might have been 83. Actually got a lot of favourite. Cold Chisel, have you ever heard of Cold Chisel, you lot? Aussie rock. This is Hayford Fields, Hayford Marina. We're getting closer. So yeah, I'm going to stop at the locks. I think I'm going to go to the chandlery. Wow, okay. It's like an army helicopter. What are they doing? Delivering fuel to the remote parts of England. Oh God, oh my God. I love listening to the radio, I really do. I listen to LBC. Love it, absolutely love it. I love hearing. It keeps me up to date with all that's happening in the UK for a start, and then I get to hear everybody's opinions. And you get a couple of MPs have shows, and you get they've got a really good on Friday night at 9 p.m. they've got a consumer hour, so you get to learn about how to look after all of your consumer incidents and stuff like that. You know. I think that's really good. I love Steve Allen in the morning though, he cracks me up. Everything, yeah, just everything, he's so British. He's so middle class. So I have an anonymous Twitter account as well that I troll people. No, I troll LBC, and I've got an opinion, I just express it. So I've got an anonymous Twitter account, so I can express my opinion and my viewpoint. Wall Street Matilda, you know, is the unofficial Australian anthem. Well, I think our national anthem is pretty good. I've still got to learn the words to God Save the Queen though. I'm moving that for next year when I apply for citizenship. So I'm going to hire a Union Jack suit, I think, something like that. Union Jack tie, you know. Yeah, look, I don't know if it's... I don't know if LBC is really that right wing, to be fair. You know, you do have a couple of Labor MPs on there. And boy, they let loose. So I don't really have a political persuasion in this country. I just suck it all in, you know. I think it's amusing. I think British politics is so amusing. I've watched it. I've watched everything from the moment of the referendum all the way up to Brexit. It's hilarious. It's, oh my God, I thought Australian politics was funny. It's so funny, especially watching that clown. What is he called? Boris. Oh yeah, Boris, yeah. Boris the clown. I don't know, I have words escape me about that guy, seriously. It seems we've all been drawn into populist politics these days, rather than policy. Like, I think Keir Starmer is absolutely brilliant, but he just doesn't have the pizzazz like Boris does, you know? I'd rather see Andy Burnham from Manchester become the new Labor leader. He's got way more pizzazz, way more, what do you call it? Yeah. Anyway. Walk into an orange pub and it's Waltzing Matilda. I believe it too, actually. Yeah. That's why I never mentioned it. I have mentioned it once. I did a vlog about politics, something to do with Brexit, I'm sure. And 50 people saw it, and I got a whole bunch of negative comments, and I'm like, I pulled it after that, and I haven't done anything since. You don't hear me talk about it. Until now, like, you know, because it's just different, it's funny, it's amusing. But yeah, if you want to lose friends easily, talk politics. Better still, talk Brexit. Yeah, great way of losing friends in this country. Yeah, so I don't talk about it. That and religion. I know. It's terrible. It's terrible politics, isn't it? One mention of it and people start getting really antsy. There's enough bloody politics on the canals without adding to it. Anyway, so let's stop talking about politics, shall we? Let's talk about boats, canals, history, England. Even the weather is more interesting to talk about than politics. I just like listening to it. Because I'm new to it, see? I'm new to this country, so I wanted to learn about how things work, you know? I don't know anything about the Tory party, I don't know anything about the Labour Party, I don't understand their history. Like, we had to learn about all that stuff for the Life in the UK test. All about, you know, the history of politics, the shambles, all that kind of stuff. I had to learn all about that stuff. It was quite interesting, but yeah, you guys have a better understanding of it because you've grown up with it. Like, you know, I was watching The Iron Lady the other day, and because I didn't grow up with Thatcher either, you know? Greetings, Adelaide. How's the weather in Adelaide today? Tonight. So I forget, you know, half the time, you know. It does make it difficult some days when I want to have a chat with my family or friends back in Oz. You know, they're basically half a day ahead of us. Winter in Adelaide? Do you get winter there, do you? Yeah, I used to whinge and complain when the temperature would drop below 15 degrees in Sydney. Oh, it's so cold, it's so cold, it's 14 degrees. Yeah, you guys got no idea. Unless you've been here in winter. Yeah, someone mentioned I should listen to Radio 4, but the couple of times I switched it on and it's like, it's really boring. I don't need to see the weather. I look out the window to look at the weather. I think the weather reports over here are a joke as well. How can you forecast the weather in an ever-changing environmental, you know, environment? It just, let me look at it. You know, 2 hours ago it was a beautiful sunny day, and now look at it. Yeah, look, if you really want someone to get, to make people aware of various, what am I trying to say? Apparently this week is, 5th to the 16th is Domestic Violence Awareness Week, you really should pick another channel to get that awareness out. You know, I'm not really the channel to be doing all that kind of stuff, really. There seems to be, in my opinion, there seems to be an awareness week every other week. So a ribbon for this, a button for that, and badge for this, and you know, I'm very cautious about who I give my charity money to these days. Because if you support one charity or one organisation, then you offend people by not supporting their organisation, and so it goes on. So I'd just rather not do any of it, personally. Yeah, people are dying regardless. Sorry, but you know, people die of other things despite domestic violence. Sure, it's an issue. But you know, people have died of COVID the past 18 months. People die of cancer every day. People die, you know, like there's always something people are dying of. People are dying of war. Take Afghanistan for the past 2 decades, for example. I mean, seriously. You know, there's always something. Yeah, the state of my engine isn't great. Morning. I guess if there was a cause that I would support, it would be mental health. It seems to be quite prevalent in society at the moment. Has been for years. I've been suffering, I've got my own mental health issues. I've been suffering from anxiety and depression all my life. Although I don't tend to get depressed anymore, but I still suffer from anxiety. Train, hello, hello. I've had lots of offers of people wanting to, been to New, I've lost count of how many psychiatrists and psychologists I've been to. People say, oh yeah, I'll work with you on your mindfulness and all that kind of stuff, but I've had pills, I've been on antidepressants, I've had the whole kit and caboodle. Used to get depressed living in a house. I don't suffer from depression much anymore. Anxiety, definitely. When things like my starter motor die. I'm anxious at the moment. That's why I'm in a hurry to get, well, not in a hurry, but you know what I mean, like just, I'm trying to get up to Napton as quickly as I can, because I don't trust this engine. You know, it'll probably get me there, okay, but Yeah, the further I can get to Braunston, the better. So if I do break down, I could potentially get a tow. So the closer I am to where I need to go, the better. I think my third boat is going to be an old traditional boat. With an old Lister or something, you know. Oh, there's music to my ears, it really is. But we'll see. Well, this boat's going to see me out for the next few years. We'll see what happens after that. Might get over it. Yeah, this is not a pop, pop, pop. This is not a classic sound. This is blow-by. I've got air and fuel and diesel fumes and oil spewing out my air intake at the moment. It's not pretty. It sounds wonderful, but it's not healthy. Especially at this speed. Or the speed. I love that chug, 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 eh? But that's not healthy. Yeah, long COVID. I've still got long COVID. I can't really... Actually, the smell of cat food smells the same as what it does when I'm emptying the Elsan. So I suppose that's a good thing. I can smell incense, I can smell diesel, I can smell most things now. My taste buds came back after my second jab. So I can taste food again, which is awesome. But yeah, I can smell the sulfur in the coal, I can smell the wood smoke. I just can't smell my own excrement when I'm pouring it down the Elsan. Unexpected side effect, yes. Yeah, the thing I hate though is when it gets full and the little indicator of it doesn't go off properly. And yeah, another episode yesterday. Duncan filled up the cassette right up to the brim. Of course, somebody has to take it out, don't they? Yeah, so when I renovate the bathroom, I'm going to set up a compost system. And see if I can't actually compost properly on the boat. Oh, no way. Pump out. Are you kidding? Not after the stories I've heard on the canal. No bloody way. Nah. But I mentioned in a vlog the other day, I met this bloke, he just spent 100 grand on a new narrowboat. In the first week, he had a problem with the pump out loo. Yeah. The problem with pump outs is I mean, they're great if they're not really that great actually. That's why I've never got a pump out. my cruiser had a pump out. It's the first thing I got rid of. And a macerator toilet and everything. Yeah. Yeah, they're great until they go wrong. And from what I've heard from the 2.5 years living on the canals, they invariably go wrong all the time. And then you really have to deal with the shit then. And the storage tanks are usually under the bed. Awful bloody place to put a pump out tank, but anyway. Where else are you gonna store it? Yeah, no way. And not the fact that you have to find a marina or somewhere you can pump it out, and that usually costs money. Anywhere from 10 to 20 quid, and it's usually a couple of times a month. So there's 40 quid just to pump out your shit. Whereas a compost toilet, liquids, well, they get separated. So liquids make great fertilizer. I just emptied it on the side of the, in the field somewhere. And as for solids, if you break it down and you actually compost it properly, it takes 12 months apparently. So that's another project I'm going to do later on. Grow my flowers or something, I don't think I'll be growing vegetables in it, but oh, my eyes, you like my eyes? Yeah, the other thing about pump out is what happens if the canal freezes over. You can ice break, sure, and chip off all of your bitumen, all of your epoxy or whatever you've got on your hull. Yeah, what happens if you break down or you get stuck in the ice or for whatever reason you get stuck? What happens then? And you're 30 miles from the nearest pump out facility. That's always been my argument. I don't want to be stuck. At least with a cassette. I've got 4 cassettes. Even like now, like the L-Sand facility at Gayton's out of action. But I just put in another cassette and I've got 2 spares. So I'll just empty it the next chance I get, really. So at least, I've got a bike, I've got a trolley, I can ride my cassette down. Oh, bloody wind again. Liverpool docks were 32 quid for a pump out. Bloody hell, I can imagine it'd be the same in London though, wouldn't it? It'd work, probably 50 quid in London. 32 quid? Jesus. I'm about to spend that on rum. Good old outside dunny. Yeah, there was one actually on my, that farm that I stopped at for a couple of months when I first bought this boat up on the Trent and Mersey. huge big farm. They had an outback shack. Yeah, so I've just had too many horror stories about pump out toilets to even consider the notion of installing one on my boat. I always get confused by these bridges because I kind of try to aim for the centre, but if you aim for the centre, you hit the side of the bank. You hit the towpath. So I'm just going to come into the side of it. Good morning to those of you who've joined us. Welcome to my, well, what sort of cruise is it today? Slow cruise. There's another song called G'day G'day. I can't remember the words of it. G'day G'day. How you doing? What do you know? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Are we there yet? I've no idea where I am. I generally look at the map about this point, you know, the open canal map, but I've got you all on live stream, so, you know, I'll just focus on you guys instead and just enjoy the cruise. Oh, shucks. Oh, shucks. Most of the time I'm pretty happy-go-lucky kind of sort of guy. It's just the other day, like when my starter motor stopped working, it was just a combination of everything. Because Charlie came over, so for 2 weeks, so I had to sort of play host for 2 weeks. Duncan moved in as well, right in the middle of it. And then it was kind of getting a bit stressful for me, you know. It was just one thing after another culminating, and and then the starter motor go was just the trigger. So So I thought, oh, sell a boat, fuck the boat off, fucking this, fucking that, you know, swearing, cursing and swearing and having a mini meltdown. It's what I need, resets everything, have a good cry, resets everything, you know. That's how I manage my anxiety. Crying's the best, it really is. Just lets all that emotion out. So I'm a very emotional guy, you know, Duncan's not, he's the complete opposite. That's why we work together so well, I think, you know. My mum and my dad were exactly the same. My mum was, emotional roller coaster, and my dad was a pacifist. So I'm so like my brother. So, oh my God, it's so canny. It's scary. And Duncan's exactly like my dad. It has the calming effect, you know? It's very quiet this morning. I've only seen a couple of boats, like cruising. It's been actually really quiet on the canals this year. Probably because of the pandemic, I guess, but there was like a brief moment when everybody just decided to go out, when they all got told we could all go out in our boats again. It was like a period of madness. You know, that's when I copped all the aggression as well. I think people were just like, yeah, post-pandemic aggression. Having been locked up in their houses for 18 months or on furlough or whatever it was, you know. I just copped it. Copped it all during the lockdown too. That's why I switched comments off. Wow, 2.5 hours I've been cruising. A bit longer because I started the cruise, the live stream after. And the internet's been surprisingly good. Touch wood. Bloody wind. Oh, sun's out, woohoo! Yeah. For how long is anyone's guess. cold. The bloody wind. Ah, it's below the camera. Get back over there. It looks like it's going to rain. Feels like it. The wind's picking up. The temperature's dropped. Just look at some of the clouds over there. I'm like, yeah. They did forecast showers later. Yeah, thanks for the offer of help, but you know, I'm 47 now. I'm kind of, I think living on the canals has certainly helped my mental health. I know it has. But you know, still a chronic nail biter. You know, we're not all perfect, are we? That's why I see it now. Okay, it's not perfect, it's not ideal, but that's just who I am. So I just deal with it now, you know. The canals certainly do have a calming effect. Only a project narrowboat doesn't though. But you know, it is what it is, isn't it? You know, I do the best I can. Yeah, I reckon, well, Colin's right, I reckon, from Foxes. It saved him, it certainly saved me. I was going stir crazy living in a house. We're living in a mid-terrace in Stockport. I had 3 screaming children living next to me for 2 years. That really pissed me off. And unfortunately, I couldn't make a complaint about them either because one of them was autistic. And so he couldn't communicate, he couldn't speak like the rest of us. So he screamed. Lovely. Yeah, it's great. Well, that's not really helping me in my sleep, is it? Yeah, that drove me round the twist, that did. Yeah, living on the canals, definitely. Having a project boat, maybe not so much. It's very frustrating at times. And stress levels do go up quite a lot sometimes. Oh, as for the thermal wear, yeah, I mean, it's not, it feels a bit cold where I am. I'm not cold down below because I've got the heat from the engine coming up. So my feet are warm. Yeah, it's not too bad. Yeah, not yet anyway. I do have a very big, thick, heavy jacket which I wore in the tunnel yesterday. It's got feathers in it, feather down, so I'll be wearing it a lot more. You'll see me wearing it a lot more because it's beautiful and warm. And waterproof. Yeah, it isn't too bad. Ah, bloody wind. Go back over there. Wind's really picking up now, so. Especially in these sort of, open areas where there's lots of farmland and stuff. Wind comes straight through here. Yeah, I'm struggling now. Really, really struggle with this engine. Well, you know, that's the great thing I love about my channel. I don't, like I said, I don't make money from it. I'm not here to please the masses, but if I can at least please one person or help one person, that's what I'm about. You know, that'll do me. If someone really likes my channel and I help them, fantastic. If I help more than one, even better. But, you know. Well, I'd really like to get, I think I'm near Wheaton back at the moment. I'd like to get to Wheaton if I can. But if this wind continues the way it is, I'm not going to cope. It's not so much me, it's the engine. It's the boat. I don't want to push the engine too much either, because it's struggling as it is. Oh my God, good heavens, sorry, I recognise that boat. Met the owner of this boat actually last year. Did you see it? Lovely little boat. Except for the fact it doesn't have a diesel engine. It's using outboard. I don't understand how people can put outboards on narrowboats. They're not designed for narrowboats. He goes through a tank of fuel just to get up the other end of the canal. I think I'm joking. Yeah. Oh, damn it. Hey George. Yeah, I think I'm gonna moor up soon. Ooh. Get back in a nice coal fire waiting for me. Yeah. I really want to get to Wilson Locks if I can. That was the aim. Wilson Marina. But I might do it in stages. Oh, boat coming. Morning. Adrian talks about bow thruster. Yeah. Jury's still out on bow thrusters. I helped a fellow on his wide beam fix his bow thruster. Well, actually, I just lifted it while he changed the because it's an electric motor, see. The pin, can't remember the name of the pin. It goes on the propeller, I can't remember what it's called now. Anyway, so yeah, his bow thruster was out of action. On a wide beam, definitely need a bow thruster. On a narrowboat, I think you just need to learn to control the narrowboat, personally. It's not that difficult once you get experience with it, I guess, you know. They use an incredible amount of energy though, so it's a very powerful motor. The wide beam owner that I met, he had a bow thruster, but he had his own dedicated power supply. So batteries, etc. On the horn. You hear a mile away now. There should be no excuse for me to cop abuse from people that can't hear me. Yeah, so the horn I've had the horn I installed is actually a train horn. It was actually a two-part horn. It's got like you know, the train goes past and you can hear the pitch change. It comes with all the extra bits. You know, I can rig it up if I want, but I figured just the one horn is enough. Just so long as people can hear me coming around blind bends, that's all. Yeah, two-tone train horn is what it is. I'm just using one tone. Yeah, I thought about wiring up the second, but I don't need it. Charlie wants me to. No, you've got the horn there, you've got the solenoid, wire it up and you're gonna have the train horn. I'm like, yeah, I don't need the train horn. I just need a horn that's loud enough so people can hear me. Because the last horn that I had, you couldn't hear anything. Yeah. The whole idea of having a car horn is to blow it when you think you're going to have, there's a potential accident, but we've become so accustomed to using our horns for blasting people who are in our way, or because we get pissed off, or, the whole meaning of the car horn is gone. It's the same on boats. I use my horn extensively now, blind bends, tunnels, that sort of thing, to warn other boaters that I'm coming, to slow down, to let me have the right of way. But unfortunately, we use horns as acts of aggression. It means nothing in a car now, as far as I'm concerned. What's the point of having a horn? What, just so you can let out your frustration on the driver in front of you? I won't broke or watch my fingers. Wow, how's that for a house? That's what I should get, I should get a canal side house and then rent all the mooring spots. Oh, lovely stone cottage, wow. How's that for a house? Yeah, it's private land. Can't moor there. Yeah, the thing with end of garden moorings, they're called end of garden moorings. So for the person that owns this land, they can rent the land to you. The problem is, though, the Canal and Rivers Trust also charge you for the use of the water attached to the land. So you have essentially three outgoings for one mooring. So you have your license for your boat, the license for the land, and the license for the water that's near the land or next to the land. So you've got to pay the CRT for a mooring using their water, as well as a license for your boat and a license to, or rent to use the farmer's land. It's a bit costly, can be, but then, I mean, I don't know if you've seen some of the end of garden moorings are absolutely beautiful. You've got that extra little bit of space. I'd love that, I really would, but it's just an expensive exercise. And do I want to be stationary? Do I want to be sitting in the one spot all the time? I mean, I will be in a marina for 6 weeks, but I think that'll be the last time I ever want to go to a marina. But never say never. It's just for logistics and my purposes that I need at the moment. Yeah, I'd hate to think what their council tax bill is. Yeah, but you know what, with a marina, the marina you pay for convenience. Like the marina I'm about to go to, Wigram's Turn, you pay for convenience. It's, you got everything there. Whereas like if I had an end of garden mooring here, I'd still have to go and buy coal, go and buy diesel, go and swap the gas bottles. That sort of thing, you know. I still have to use a shower on board. Whereas with a marina, you've got all those facilities already there. You don't have to pay extra for use of the land. That's what the marina fees are for. So, you know, when I get to Wigram's Turn, I'll have my own water point. I'll have my own shore hookup point. 5-minute walk, I'm at the facilities with showers and laundry and all the rest of it, you know? So that's what you pay. So I reckon it's probably, don't know, I've never done an end of garden mooring, so I don't really know, but yeah, marina is generally pretty expensive, but then you're paying for the convenience. When I was at Wigram's before, it was about £150 a week. This time, it's costing me about £100 a week, I think, this time, inclusive of power. So here's full time. Got a fan heater as well, I'll chuck that on. Make the best use of it. Yeah, well that's just it, you know, if you've got end of garden, then you've still got to go and empty your sand, empty your whatever, take your rubbish, you either cruise up the canal and come back, which is nice, I guess, you know, but Out of season. What's out of season? This is why I didn't want to, I don't want to get a pump out toilet, see? What am I going to do now? Oh, sun! We're going to scare the poor pedestrians. Yeah, I don't know how they'll work out their costings and stuff. Maybe it was because I was in there in summer, but I would have thought that their rate would go up in the winter because there's be more demand for, services and stuff. I don't know how they work it out. I'm on a day rate anyway, so oh yeah, here comes the rain. I said that before, didn't I? It was only like a few droplets. It's coming though. The rain, that is. Might be time to change, or more. Yeah, just gonna put a raincoat on. Yeah, I'm about to, yeah. I changed with my big coat in anticipation. I think that might have been a working boat once. Looks like it's been retrofitted. A lot of people do that. They buy the older boats and then put a canopy on top. I love the name of that boat. Thanks, Jackie. I got in London with someone pointed out these are things are called pom-poms. That's right, pom-poms. Okay, good anyway. Apparently they get really good money, Santa Clauses. I'll stick to Gandalf though. I need a pointy hat. Well, this is pretty pointy though. Yeah, just arrived at Stowe Wharf, is it? And Rugby Boats. Got diesel here when I came down. So yeah, that means we must be coming into Weedon Beck now. This is where I'm going to stop for a while. I may cruise later, but I may not. Depends on what I feel like and the weather. Holy crap, looks like they're about to lift one, or they're lifting one in the process of. Wow. Cool. So that's how you lift a narrowboat out of the water, people. Oh yeah, remember that little dog? Such a cute little dog. Rugby boats, people. Looking for a boat by one of the best boat companies you'll find, and really good diesel too. Really good reputation for getting red diesel, i.e. being not infested with diesel bug, which is what a lot of the boat yards apparently have. And yeah, really good reputation for boat brokerage, but not the cheapest boats in the world. Yeah, their videos are really thorough, aren't they? Rugby boats. Right, well, if it's starting to get pixelated a little bit, it means I'm losing reception, which kind of surprises me because Wiedenbeck, I remember from last time, actually has pretty good reception. Could have just dropped out, maybe. But I've been cruising, well, I've been live stream now for over 3 hours. Maybe cut it a couple of times, I think it's pretty good. Yeah, I'm actually not even using Wi-Fi at the moment. I'm just using the 4G signal from my phone. Because the Wi-Fi, I've got my Wi-Fi mounted up the other end of the boat. Oh yeah, see that on the right hand side there? You see that fellow with the wheelbarrow? He's carting back water to his boat. Yeah, I don't miss that. That's one aspect of having my yoga pot I don't miss. Oh, look at swans. Look at swans as well, yeah. If your water tank's not big on your boat, that's what you have to do. You have to go and get water, wheel it, or somehow, remember I did it in my cruiser. I had those big aqua rolls, you know, and I have to constantly fill up the water tank. I don't have those worries anymore. In fact, I'm extraordinarily lucky because I don't actually know that many boats with such a large water tank. I've got 1,400 litre water tank. Most boats that I know have barely 500. Which means you've constantly got to go. You're constantly travelling from water point to water point. Whereas with this boat, this actual boat is designed to be lived on for longer periods. Certainly, if I was ever going to get a boat built, this is certainly one feature or one inclusion that I'd like, is a large water tank. Or the ability of being able to siphon the canal water and filter it. Yeah, I'm going to go a little bit further I think now. It's lunchtime anyway. Yeah, 1,400 litres, 300 gallons it is. Very, very surprising actually. Not complaining, except for one small problem. If you let the water tank drain so it's empty, it takes a hell of a long time to fill. Especially if the water pressure's not that great where you are. So what I tend to do is every other water point I stop and top it up. Because some of the water points over here are just abominable. They're just the pits. I remember filling up down at Cosgrove and it's like a trickle. It's just awful, you know. Morning Harvey, morning Charlie. Fishing, I don't do fishing. Boring. If I'm really that bored, I'll do some fishing. I just can't, I can't sit still long enough. It's bad enough, I mean, I find it hard to relax. You know, like I said, last night was the first time I actually sat down and watched a full-length movie for the first time in like ages. But yeah, if I get really bored, I'll go fishing. I don't know how they do it. I guess a lot of people find it relaxing. It's right on the canal, it's out in nature, or out in the outdoors, but just to sit there waiting for a bite, yeah, it's not my cup of tea. If I could use the fish that I caught for eating, I might be tempted. But just for sport, no way. Oh, it's a cow. Beef or cow? Beef or cow, that's my running joke. Beef or cow. Have you seen that, that skit by, I think it's South African Airways? And all the people are coming on the plane, they go like, you're beef or cow? Beef or cow? And some woman pipes up and goes, I'm a vegetarian. And they go, what? What? I'm a vegetarian? What? Beef or cow? And where am I going to store all the fishing kits? This is another thing I've got to store. Feeling better now, feeling warmer at least. This is a great jacket. It just covers you. It's great, and it's waterproof. I went yabby fishing when I was like 7 or 8. There's a yabby pond in the town that I grew up in. So I had yabbies one night. That was fun. Very nice. Yeah, but it's the whole thing, isn't it? If I can eat the pike that I catch, no problem. It's just, I don't know if you can actually eat the fish out of the canal. If you could, yeah, I'd be fishing every day. Fresh fish. That'd be awesome. Because you can't get fresh fish in mainland England. Period. That's it. Yeah, frozen fresh. It's not the same. It has to be frozen. It's the only way they get it here. So yeah, the fish and chips in this country, I can't believe it's a national food. It's appalling. On the coast, no problem. We have fresh fish up at Scarborough. But over here, like in mainland England, forget it. And I love it. I love fish and chips, but yeah, the quality of the fish in this country is just abominable. Almost there. Oh, blue sky! Woohoo! Awesome. Train! Yeah, I know I'm in Wheaton back because the train line runs right past the canal. So I'm going to moor up here shortly. So Wheaton back, lovely area. Oh, really? There you go. £9 pike. Wow. That's a big pike. Well, you know, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? I mean, when I was down the Kowloon Canal, right? And I was harvesting rainwater from my boat. Oh God. People get on there, oh, are you boiling it afterwards? Are you know, oh, you should be careful of all the incinerators around and all that sort of bullshit, you know? I'm like, no, I'm harvesting rainwater so I can bloody survive. I'm miles away from a water point. I just boil it and just drink it. Straight for the sky. So I think, yeah, it'd probably be okay to eat, I'd say. But I think it gets down to the patience of it though. I just don't think I've got the patience for it. Yeah, I don't know. They do say that there's a lot of bacteria and stuff in the water. So I don't know if I really, because I was looking at there's a dead bird floating in the canal, you know, and people throwing dog shit and, you know, all sorts of stuff end up in the canals. Not to mention all of our shower water and all of our, you know, all our toothpaste and body oils and all that kind of, I mean, I don't know. I don't know enough about fishing itself to understand how fish process, you know, nutrients and water and all that kind of stuff to know if the fish here are any better than the fish caught in the sea. I don't know. So it's just a risk thing, isn't it? Do I risk getting sick? Yeah, just go a little bit further, closer to the pub. It's lovely. Wiedenbeck's got a Tesco Express, which is like a little express grocery store. A really good pub, good accommodation too, actually. And antique shop, huge antique shop, great, love it. Oh my God, another narrowboat with an outboard. Huh, that's a GRP. Look at that. It looks like a GRP. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, fiberglass. Huh, interesting. Does he now? Biking. Real Santa Claus last time. Yeah, but it's a GRP, Charlie. So it's probably okay on the fuel. If it was a steel boat, yeah, different story. Yeah. The weather's closing in, you can see it. So these moorings on the left hand here, these are moorings controlled by the Canal River Trust. They're called long-term moorings. So unlike an end of garden mooring where you pay the farmer for the use of his land, you only pay the CRT for the use of the land and the water. So you only pay 2 fees rather than 3. And they all have different rates depending on what sort of facilities and services they offer. So a lot of them, like these, would be basic, so they're probably on the lower scale. I think the cheapest is like £10 a metre per month. And then it goes up according to how many facilities and services you've got nearby, like showers, water point, rubbish, all that sort of, love it. Oh, and here comes the rain, woohoo! I'm alright, Jack. Sorry, water. Oh, and wind. Okay, that's it. I'm pulling over. Holy shit. But I will keep the camera rolling. You can hear what it's like without the sound of the engine. Didn't quite make it to the pub. It's okay, it's a bit of a walk to the pub. Actually, I probably could go down a bit further, couldn't I? It's just a bit of a shower. I'm going to do that. Sucker for punishment, aren't I? Well, I suppose this is what it's like, you know. I always say it's not always gin and tonics on a summer's day. This is what it's actually like for most of the year. Bloody oath, it's 3 o'clock. I mean, well, this live stream's been going for now 3.5 hours, which means I've been cruising for 4. It is actually quite thirsty work. Most people don't realise, but when you're on a narrowboat, even though you're travelling at 2, 3, 4 miles an hour, it does require a fairly high level of concentration. Because if you let the tiller go, your boat can go anywhere, and you can crash into a boat, you can crash into the bank. So you kind of have to have your wits about you. There's other boats coming towards you. There's bridges and turns, blind turns. You have to navigate as well. So, as nice as it is, it does require a fair amount of concentration. Oh, so this is a working boat that's had a top put on it, see? Ooh. We get the idea. Ooh, bacon buddy. Ooh. Oh, that's an unpowered, that's what I call an unpowered buddy. Homemade cakes. Ooh, yum. Well, it actually doesn't look, it actually looks like a powered buddy. It's like they've got an engine. Hello. Oh god, the rain's blowing sideways. Lovely. Covered and heated dock for blacking. Oh, that sounds good. That's what I need. Dry dock. It's heated. There's a tree growing out of that bloody narrowboat. Yeah, I don't think it's going anywhere. Oh, damn it. Boat says on the back of it, I solemnly swear that I am up to no good. Okay. Oh yeah, antique shop on the right hand side there. There I'm going. After the pub. Oh yeah, definitely gonna hear that. Yep. Beer, food, sleep, and then maybe antiques. I've stopped there before. I almost bought a Buckley water bottle, water can, but it was £100. I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that. Not sure how desperate I am for a watering can that looks nice on my boat, but I can't use. Yeah, I'm very tempted though. So hopefully going to try and find a mooring around here somewhere. Pub on the right just there. Great food. What's around the corner there? park right there. Even I say it, god damn it. Don't park the boat, you moor the boat. It cracks me up every time when people who live in houses always say that. We're gonna park the boat. I don't park the boat, I moor the boat. You park a car, you moor the boat. Hilarious. Yeah, let's do it. It's only for half a day, something. Lovely view of the houses. And construction, great. Right, let me take this off. I'll leave it going though, so you'll eventually hear the engine switch off. Okay, I'm moored up. That's yeah, 4 hours cruising, 4.5 hours. That's a pretty standard cruise for me, but it's middle of the day now, so I need to go and have some what I call dinner over here. Dinner break. That's a northern thing, I think. I call it lunch. But that's it for me, folks. Hope you enjoyed that, and I'll catch you, probably do another one tomorrow. See you later.